back. So anyways, today we are making a wreath using a grapevine wreath frame, which is something right here. But I am so excited to just like get back on here, chat with you guys. For many of you, you guys know that I have my own business, and that's where I've been spending so much of my time, because as the season has been getting, or as the weather has been getting warmer, people have been coming out, and the store thankfully has been picking up, and so that has just been where all my time is being spent. And then I created a subscription box with all of the bath products that I make, and I just did my first shipment, and I'm so excited about it. People were so awesome about subscribing, and if you want to subscribe, there's going to be a link in the bio or in the description box. I said bio because I was thinking Instagram, but yes, you can get a subscription box. If you go on Instagram, you can see what it's all about. It's like my bath bombs, shower steamers, sugar scrubs, all of that fun stuff. So I worked really hard. I worked for months on that subscription box, but now that that has already passed and I have some free time, now I want to create a beautiful wreath, not only to just like hang in my store, but I love doing grapevine wreaths, and so that's what we're gonna do. And of course, I'm gonna point the camera down. I'm not gonna point it too far down because I still want to be able to see what you guys are up to, because I haven't talked to so many of you guys in so long that I'm like, oh my goodness, I am so curious to what everybody is up to. With this wreath, we are gonna be using some of, and I say we, there's nobody here but me. I'm going to be using some items that I bought at Michael's last year during their clearance sale. So I got this, I don't know if you guys all remember, but they had a bunch of these for like next to nothing. They were like almost 90% off when I bought this. It does say wreath accent, although it does have these two things right here, which I don't know how that was gonna use that on here, but I went ahead and already added wire to it because that's how I'm gonna attach it to my frame. I do have some floral pieces that I also got from Michael's, again, on clearance. I did get the matching ribbon when all of this was super cheap, so it's cute. I did make a bow. I jumped ahead and I already made the bow because I didn't know how much time, because I have about an hour, so, and sometimes I can chat forever. So I made like a quick little bow. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna actually make it onto the wreath. We'll see. But yeah, and I use my Bodabra with that too, because that's the easiest way to make a bow. So yeah, you're just gonna need some hot glue, or your hot glue gun, and a grapevine wreath, and you really don't need a centerpiece because these are so beautiful. This is a beautiful piece to decorate with to begin with, so I just absolutely love using them. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and attach this centerpiece to the frame. Now, as you can see, it's gonna not be, the flowers hopefully are gonna hide the wire, but if it shows, I'm not gonna be super bothered by it because people will have to know it's somehow attached. So I'm just gonna kind of pull this wire straight and go ahead, just attach it. I'm not gonna do it super tight right now in case I need to make an adjustment. I don't want to get it too wound up on here. And right here. All right. Somewhat pull it tight, you know, just not too much, but all right, let me just readjust this one. So now that I have that one down there tighter. And I want it to be in the center for the most part. All right. And we'll see how it looks when it's standing up. So it kind of swivels because of the wire, which is, again, totally fine. This is much different than a mesh wreath, and these go a lot faster. So like I said, it's gonna kind of do this, but because we are going to be hanging this on a door, we don't have to worry about it spinning completely around. It's totally fine. I do have some wreath frames that are right over here that this fit more center in, but I didn't want to do that or use those. All right, here we go. We're gonna start with some floral, and you can get as creative as you want. You can make this thing like the florals just on the bottom. I'm gonna go around. I think always the more the merrier. So I'm going to start with these pieces. And sometimes I actually like to lay out my pieces onto the wreath before I glue them all in. And I kind of sort of did that already. So I know I'm gonna use 4 pieces of these florals to start out with. All right, so there we go. Kind of like that. And what is everyone up to? I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope this new year has just been absolutely fabulous for you guys. I do talk to a few of you over on social media, Facebook and Instagram. So I kept up to date with some of y'all. And again, life has just been crazy, having my own business. And tax season, of course, came. That was even more fabulous. So yeah, that's where I've been. I've literally been busy at the shop. And I'll put a link for the Instagram so you guys can see my shop, because it's really, really transformed over the past 6 months. And it was something, again, that I never planned on doing, but it's been the biggest blessing in disguise. And I'm just trying to glue down like one of these little pieces just so it doesn't flop forward. This glue gun gets incredibly hot, so it takes a little bit longer for it to cool. And then as you can see, like when we're gonna go around here, you're not gonna see too much of the wire because you're probably gonna end up covering it with some kind of floral pieces. I can always put the bow up here if the wire bothers me too much. Again, people are gonna know that it has to be hung, that it's not just freestanding in the center of that thing. So I know that was something that I used to always worry about, like people are gonna see that, but it's normal. So I'm like, oh yeah, people know that it's hung. All right. And the flower pieces, because this is being glued to wood, they stick a lot better. Because I know sometimes I've tried to glue like these plastic flowers onto the metal frame that you can get anywhere, like the Dollar Tree or whatnot, and they pop off after a while, because I did the bicycle frame the bicycle wheel frame from the Dollar Tree. I tried to do floral stems all over that, and they ended up popping off maybe like a week later, like all of them came off. So I'm probably not gonna do that again, but I will definitely use grapevine wreaths. And these are great to find at a thrift store or yard sales. That's where I try to find these. I don't like to go to Michael's. Even if they're covered in a bunch of like old decorations and it's all, you know, dusty and whatnot, I will take it home and tear off all of the decorations just so I can have the wreath, you know, because sometimes you can get them for like a couple dollars, which is a total score. So this is also a lot easier too if you have a melting pot with glue sticks already like melted in there, because then you can just like dip your flowers and then stick. So I have one somewhere in my craft room, but it's super messy. So we are doing it the hard way. All right, and I want to let you guys know too, if you guys have floral pieces like this and you don't like it, you want it to be shorter, don't be afraid to pull these pieces off like this and then just glue them on. Oh, let me show you guys. Don't be afraid to like pull this off like how I did right here and then just glue it onto the wreath frame itself. Like it doesn't have to actually be on the stem. Sometimes I'll do that. You can just take the flower off, like really deconstruct this whole stem and then lay it where you want instead of having to use this. You don't always need to do that. So just a little tip for those beginners, because I know I used to be so worried about like, I guess like I used to just worry about everything because I didn't know how to really make a wreath or anything like that. So every little thing that I did, I questioned. And so now I'm just like, I still call myself a beginner, but I try not to worry so much about all of that. So now I'm gonna go ahead, and if you want, you can just put a little dab of glue on the inside of that and kind of press it together so you don't see the inside. If you want, if it's not a big deal to you, then don't worry. I'm just gonna do it just because I mentioned it. And then it kind of folds like that. And then I'm just gonna tuck that in there. And as you can see, this is an incredibly easy wreath. If you have never made a wreath before and you're like, I wanna make one using mesh, but I'm a little intimidated, but you're like, I just wanna make a wreath, I have a cute centerpiece, find a grapevine wreath. Even if you have to invest in one, and I say invest, because sometimes Michaels can be a little pricey, and once in a while they have these on sale. But yeah, invest in it and, you know, see how much you like using these. Like I said, I find a majority of mine at the thrift store. So I try not to buy them at Michael's, but I will if I'm like, I really love all of these flower pieces and I'm really into the whole thing, I will do that. So anyways, this is, look at how fast this is coming together, and I wish it was like the overview, and I don't have one of those fancy cameras, so I'm literally gonna have to pick this up and show you what it looks like so far. And you can get those super adorable like butterflies and birds and all of that stuff, and you know, place them around here. I always love doing that. Okay. And check this in here. So I don't know about you guys, but my local Dollar Tree is stepping up when it comes to becoming dollar store and more, or I don't know what their official name's gonna be, but so far it's just Dollar Tree. But my local Dollar Tree is getting tons of stuff in, which makes me super happy in one sense, and then like a little nervous in the other, because I don't want to go down there and go crazy and buy a bunch of random things that I believe I need, but will probably sit somewhere forever and ever. You know, actually I'm gonna put one more of these. But yeah, I saw that the Dollar Tree is coming out with an entire line of like pegboards and whatnots, which I think is super cool. It kind of reminds me of the ones from IKEA in a way, because they have all of the gadgets that can go on those boards. All right, guys, here we go. So I have the flower layer down, and I didn't know how many pieces of the florals I was going to use, so I did grab some greenery that I also purchased from Michael's. And this, okay, I would recommend that you actually snap this all apart, because, well, these already have beautiful leaves on it, and I just kind of want to go around and add just a little tiny bit here and there. Not too much, because I don't want to overpower the grapevine itself, because that I use this frames for the beautiful wood pieces. And because this is flimsy, I'm gonna kind of put this down here. And let's see what else. Oh my goodness, hey Fallon, how are you? I am so happy that you joined. Yes, I have missed you too, like I was just saying. It's been forever. It's been like 3 weeks since I've been on here. As much as I truly, truly love being on YouTube, I love creating, I love doing all of this. But opening that store and just trying to figure out a schedule, like I kept trying to make this like my career as well. And I just, like, I found myself just getting super overwhelmed. I was like burning the candle at every end. And I really could not focus on one thing. And so, you know, this I have to understand now is like one of my favorite hobbies to do. And so as much as I want to be on here like, you know, 3-4 times a week is what my dream is. Until I can actually hire somebody at my store. And right now it's just not, that's just not even an option. um, until I can do that, I'm gonna try to be on here at least once a week. Um, this, you guys are incredible and amazing. And I love the fact that we can follow each other on social media. And then when I come on here, you guys are, you know, still willing to jump on my live. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, I had to take just a moment as a new business owner, and then also just trying to learn like what it is that I'm actually doing. And I'm a creator, so a lot of the stuff in my store I make. So trying to learn how to make stuff like that, not just on like a farmer's market, you know, level. I'm trying to make this for a store, and then people are like, hey, can I order wholesale and sell it in my store? Which is that is such an honor. And so I'm like, okay, let me try to figure out how to do all of this. So that's my life in a nutshell right now. The most blessed nutshell. Let me just say that too. No complaints here. I just feel, yes, this is fun. You know, and I do hear that a lot. People are like, don't burn yourself out and do all that. I'm really good at, you know, making sure that I put myself first. I've done years of therapy to learn that. But it's always been fun. It really is. But it's, honest to goodness, like going back to school. And I say going back to school, I mean like high school, because I didn't go to college, which is fine. Not everybody needs to go to college. And so I am trying to learn all these things all over again, or just trying to learn again. I've been taking some online courses like regarding emails and like how to send out, like how to sign up for, or how to, you know, get a subscription box started, all of the things. And it's been magical. But I always make sure that it's fun, or else it's not even something that I'm willing to do. But I wish that I had like more than 24 hours in a day, truly. Okay, guys, this is coming out so cute. And as you can see, it didn't take much. And like I said, I bought these floral pieces at, Michael's. My brain just kind of stopped there for a second. And I did get them, I probably paid, because I got them at least half off, because I will never pay more than that. So you can use Dollar Tree floral pieces. You can mix and match. You can do some really expensive ones and then have like the Dollar Tree pieces like this to fill them in. It really doesn't take much to make a beautiful grapevine wreath like this. And you don't even have to do a whole one, like go all the way around. You can do a half. These are the easiest things to create, and you can't mess up. And I say that about everything. You, honest to goodness, can't mess up. This was one of my favorite ways to be creative when I was still like not trusting myself when it came to creations, because like I said, I have to manually do this because I don't have one of those fancy cameras yet. So, all right, now, there we go. So I'm gonna fix the wire here in just a minute once I get it on the door. But here is what you are looking at. And I like how some of the pieces, like I'm gonna glue this little piece down. You always kind of wanna, you know, stand it up and then see where everything's lying. And then you can go back through and then just, you know, okay, I'm gonna, you know, do this here. Oh, what does the sign say? Welcome to paradise. This was a sign that I got at Michael's when it was like the end of summer last year. They were like 90% off. Apparently nobody liked them because at my local Michael's, there was a ton of them left behind. So I was able to score like a couple of these and then the matching ribbon, which is right here. I wasn't mad about it. So I just, because it hasn't been that season, I haven't had a chance to use it. But now that it's, you know, it is warm, the colors match the season, it is time to bust these little things out. I saw it, there it is. And you can also, if you don't have a glue gun and you don't want to use glue on these floral pieces, you can also use wire to tie these onto the grapevine wreath. Or if you want something that's not permanent, if you want to be able to use yeah, I have the octagon shape one too. You can also, like I said, if you wanted to reuse your grapevine wreath, just use the wire, and then you can take off, and this Dollar Tree wire is what I use to hang the sign, this floral wire, and you can, you know, tie it on. It's a little bit more time consuming, but then whenever the season is done or whenever the event is done, or if you want to take your wreath apart, you can totally do that. That's the great thing about using the wire on something like this. If it's just like for one occasion and you're like, I can't wait to reuse it, you reuse it many times. That's a great way to do that. All right, I'm just trying to remember where all of the floral pieces were that were really just like falling forward. All right, there we go. And you really don't see the glue too much on the frame. I just use little dabs, that's it. And like I said, because this is so hot, it's taking a minute to solidify. But that is it. Super, super simple. You can, again, like I said, I was just thinking maybe I'm gonna pull some of these little flower pieces just off of it and then lay them out through here, which is what I think I'm gonna do. So you don't have to use the whole stem. You can. I wish I had like a couple of little birds or something to like add into this. I'm honest to God, I know so many of you crafters feel me. I'm really trying to be good about using the stuff that I already have. My whole craft room is like busting at the seams, and yet I feel like it's like when you're like, I have nothing to wear and you have a whole closet full of stuff. That's how my office feels to me. And I'm like, I don't have this and I don't have that. And I'm like, Sandra, but you have plenty to create with. So I may not have the little birds, but I have these floral pieces. So I'm just trying to work with what I've got. But yeah, I don't think I want to put the bow on here. And if you're curious like how you're going to hang this, you can just, you know, hang it with, you know, using the grapevine itself. You can use ribbon, you can use floral wire like this. There are many things that you can use to hang this kind of a wreath. It's much easier than the mesh one. All right, I think that's good. All right, we're gonna pick out a couple more flowers and then just add them in random spots. I need to make a 4th of July one for the door at my shop. So I'm hoping that I can create one on here. And I mean, I want to make it big, like one of those. I think I have one frame left that is giant. So thank you, Vicki. I'm glad that you like this because I do still every now and then, like, especially when I've been away for a while, I'm like, is this super boring to watch, or do people like this kind of stuff? So thank you. That makes me feel better. But yeah, this is it. I think we're done. I'm just gonna let this little piece dry, and then I'm gonna stand it back up. And I should have grabbed the video's not clear. Okay, I've been having trouble with the video all morning, and I'm super bummed. I'm hoping that it clears up. No, and I'm glad that you tell me these things because I would hate for somebody to try to watch this and it's super fuzzy. Trying to think of what I can do to fix it. Okay, guys, 1 second. I'm gonna try to fix the video. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I know you can't see my face, but I'm right here. And so I I'm using my phone. I don't have a fancy camera yet to film. All right. So I think we've got this. Now it's time for us. Hopefully the video got a little bit clearer. All right, so now I'm gonna stand this up, and I know people are gonna go, oh my gosh, but it's turning. I know. Okay, so, yay, thank you, Fallon. Okay, so this is how and I don't want to not be honest. I'm holding it right here, so that's why it's not spinning. But when it's on the door, you're not gonna have to worry about it spinning. If it's something that really bothers you, and you can, make sure all of the flowers are dried on here. What you can do, so I'm gonna show you a little trick. All right, so that's how this came. It came with these two brackets, top and bottom, and that's where I initially attached it. However, you can, I'm gonna pull some more of this floral wire. If you're like, no, I want it more sturdy than it being able to spin, take a piece of the wire, fold it in half, okay? Here is the hoop piece, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay it right on here, just somewhere, you know, and then just put a ton of glue on top of it. And like I said, because this is so hot, it's gonna take a quick minute for it to solidify. All right, so I'm gonna do that, and then you can do the four corners, and I'll show you in just a few. Like I said, I have to manually move my phone, but yeah, I'm just gonna let that solidify on there. We got one side, and then now we're just gonna do the other, and then you'll have all four corners where it's pulled tight, and you don't have to worry about it spinning if somebody decided to hang it without being up against like a background. All right, so then we're gonna do the other side. And we'll do that side over here. And just make sure that you use a lot of glue, because it can and sometimes will come loose. So there. All right. There we go. And I don't really worry about what the back looks like, because I know some people, when they're working, they like to make a really beautiful background, but I'm like, you know what? Again, people know that this had to be created some way, somehow. So seeing the back and seeing the wires and all that, I'm not gonna fret over. I just leave it like that. Let's see. I'm just kind of winding this, just gonna use up as much wire as I can, just securing this down. All right, I'm gonna tuck the edges in, and the other pieces of wire have not quite yet solidified, so I'm not going to touch them. All right, let's see. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then that's pretty much it. So once these both, well, this one's pretty, just about done. We'll then wrap it around the wreath frame, and we'll wind it through, and then the centerpiece will stay in its place. It will stay facing forward and not spin. So anyways, in the meantime, I'm gonna fix the camera and put it up. So hello guys, so I'm Sonia, in case you guys are new here, because it's been a minute, and I'm so excited that the channel has grown, even though I haven't really posted too much on here. I promise, I always say this, but I promise, I really want this channel to be like just a smorgasbord, if I said that word correctly, of all kinds of things. And with my store being, it's in its first year, but I've been creating so many different products for my store. And when I say I create products for my store and I show it to you guys on YouTube, like I've done tons of research on like the skincare products because I'm so worried about people using a product that I did not learn enough about. Like I don't want people to use a bad product. So like my bath bombs, my shower steamers, my sugar scrubs, you know, I've been really researching it because I really want people to have something that they're like, oh my God, this is incredible. And so once I got to that point is when I created my subscription box. But I can't wait to bring that stuff to you guys to show you that I'm not just gonna make a wreath. Like I wanna show you guys like how to make the most amazing bath bomb. So when you gift it to your friends and family, they're gonna say, you made this? You know, yes, yes. So that kind of stuff is things that you're gonna start seeing. And I've mentioned it before, and you know, in the past they haven't really gotten that many views, and the views on here matter. The likes on here matter. The comments on here matter. So it's super important that when I do those videos that you are commenting, you're liking, because again, that's the way YouTube works. I mean, I guess that's the way all social media works, right? But I'm really proud of a lot of the things that the shop is. And my shop isn't just me on a computer trying to buy things from other people that make things. It's a big chunk of what I make and stuff. Like this might go into the shop, who knows? But yeah, I know people really love making wreaths. One side has solidified, so I'm just gonna fix this wire. But I'm so excited to what the shop has been just evolving into, and the things that I'm able to make that I feel 100% confident in selling, along with my candles. And I made a reel, it's on my Instagram account, about the Fruit Loop candle. I did it in a bowl, but I've since like leveled up in that aspect. So I think I did a video on here on how to do it, but I'm gonna make another one because those things are selling like crazy in my store. And I got a different mold. And I can't remember if I shared that one with you guys or not, but yeah, it's been so much fun. But yeah, those things are really taking off. So, all right, let's see. Okay, I don't want to pull too hard because I don't want the glue or the wire to come undone from the glue. Ta-ta. All right, the other side is still pretty, here, because you guys know I'm live. You know I'm using my phone. I'm gonna show you guys. Okay. So that's how I'm doing it. Let me use my other hand. Okay. So that's how I am securing the other pieces of wire onto the back. Just like so. And this should hold pretty well. I mean, don't go tugging on it. That's the thing. Don't go tugging on it. You know, the two other wires are really on these ones right here. Those are your, you know, your solid, sturdy ones. But this one is just to basically keep it from spinning. So don't go tugging on that one. But I'm just gonna do a little twist on here. And make sure you tuck those ends of wires, because being stabbed by one of those is just not fun. So, all right. And I know there are a bunch of creators on here. I have been learning so much. I'm trying to be really careful about spinning this. Canva. Canva is a great app for business too. Okay, so this is kind of like, is this now a little off center? I swear, I have it just perfect, and then I'll do something to make it just a little off, you know? But I guess that's what gives all of my wreaths their personality. They're just a hair off. Because I'm like, did I just now make this like not in the center? So, story of my life. But anyways, it's fixable. So we're just gonna go with it for the video's sake and for time's sake. All right. But yeah, Canva is something that I've been using it for years, but I just recently took a couple of courses that just opened my eyes to a bunch of new features, all of the things that Canva can do. I really want to share with you guys like how to use Canva for your business, because a lot of you guys have asked me throughout my time being on here, like, you know, how do I create my labels, or how do I do this, or how do I do that? And Canva is incredible, incredible. So I think I'm gonna do like one of those tutorials. Ta, ta, ta. It is off center, I know. So, okay, it's not super bad, but see, it's off centered. I don't care, I like it. All right, and I kind of squished some of my flowers, so I'm gonna kind of pick them back up. All right, what do you guys think? Oh, here's a flower that is way off. For right now, again, I'm just gonna tuck it. But how cute is that? And like I said, the wires, now look, you can't see it unless you're inspecting it, which is fine. That's kind of like how it's supposed to be. But I like it. Very simple. Again, you can use dollar store floral pieces. Grab yourself a sign that's on sale. Put the bow on the, I know, oh my gosh, I almost thought about putting the bow. I almost thought about putting the bow on the side right here. Yes. I was like, okay, so here I have the bow. Okay, it does match. I don't know, maybe, no. I don't know, the bow just, it doesn't, but I'm just gonna show you, I do have the bow. It is, it's the ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree right here. And then this one I got from Michael's. And then it came, like it matched the sign. Like they had like a whole section for this. But what do you guys think? I love it. Super cute, super springy, super fun. And it's all of the soft but like bright colors. So I'm in love, and that this worked very well, as you can see. I love it. It's perfect. Yeah, I like it without the bow. Well, all right, guys, this is the Sunday wreath. I think I'm gonna go hang it on my porch, since I have been really, I wanted to be really careful with that. Since I cleaned my whole yard up, like the weather's really starting to warm up, and I'm such a sissy lala that I don't like to be outdoors unless it's like at least 75 degrees or warmer, because I freeze. So yeah, so that is it. I super appreciate everyone who jumped on here. I honestly thought that I would just be talking to myself today, because it has been so long since I've done anything like this. I know Memorial Day is next weekend, and I'm really trying to get a wreath together for that. We might just do another grapevine wreath and just do red, white, and blue floral all over it. We'll see, but I really want to do that giant wreath, but with my time and everything like that, we'll just have to kind of wing it like we always do on this channel. But other than that, I will see you in the comments. I hopefully will see you on Instagram. I'll put all of the links in the description box for my Instagram, my Facebook, because not only do I like to chat with you guys, but I also like to see what you guys create when you guys watch a tutorial and you're like, hey, you showed me how to do this. And I'm like, can I see? Because I want to see what you guys are doing. Like, am I really helping you guys? And I just love being inspired by what you guys do as well. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again soon. Hopefully I'll be live, in the next couple of weeks, but you're welcome, Vicki. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys again in my next tutorial. Bye, guys.